So, what inspired this collection that you have here at the Arts Exchange right now, which is one of the most amazing art exhibitions that I've been to in my short lifetime of 69 years?
We're both 69. Okay, that's a short journey, right? Um, Really, the idea it wasn't something I thought up. Say I'm going into a new direction, because my other work. Well, since I don't have any formal training, it's all just sort of natural to me, and there was no particular path that I was going down. And the idea just came, and the first one that came was actually this piece behind us called Embrace. That was the first foray into that style away from that realism. And it just sort of, I think I did this in like a few hours. And then the other ideas just came, do this, do that. And this is what you see.
Mhm.
It
On,
wasn't a long drawn out thing.
on the average, how much time have you spent on each piece, though? Because it looks very complicated.
Yeah, these pieces usually take 5 to 6 months. And I'm doing that every day from when I get up in the morning until I fall asleep at night many times at the cameras and just sort of nod off. You know how that is. But yeah, it usually takes average 5 or 6 months to do it.
Now, are you more productive in the morning, mid afternoon, evening? Everybody, all the creative people have their time that they're
Well,
best productive.
yeah, well, even at night is best for me because the phone doesn't ring. Uh, when people are sleeping, I'm wide awake doing it. Uh, my normal time to go to bed is like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And then I'm usually back up at about 8 or 9, and a nap comes on me. I don't fight it, fall off, and then back up and back at it. Yes, I do.
When 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 I'm looking at a room full of paintings, did you have a set number of paintings that you were going to do, or did something say, okay, that's enough? You
Yeah,
know.
I think there are 15 in this show here. I have more, but I can't thought here. I didn't want it to be too crowded. You know how you can, many times less is more, and especially as intricate and dynamic as the pieces are, it I didn't want them fighting each other, shall we say? And you see, I love red. That's the dominant color in the show.
Now, when they had the opening and there was a panel discussion about your work, and there were two professors on there, and you seemed just as amazed as we were in terms of them talking about what your work, because you said you didn't think about it intellectually like the way they did. What did you learn about from what they said about your work?
Well, I learned more the historic value, but really, when Dr. Manchin was talking, she's the mathematician that was on the panel, and when she was recounting how she had seen me create it and how I do it, and I'm never really aware of going down a particular path to do it. Again, I'm there with my straight edge and a pencil and masking tape and my X-Acto knife. And I'm just doing the idea, go this way, do that. Um, Again, it's a good thing for me, that I don't have any formal training. So I'm not in this box of, I must do it this way, I must do it that way. So whatever comes out is purely coming from wherever that comes from. And so again, I've learned to get Steve out of the way and go ahead with how I'm sort of led. I guess in that I'm led to go down a certain way.
Which one of these you want to talk about that you would like to for people who will come see this, because the exhibition is going to be here to the 31st of March. Which one of these would you like to explain to people?
This Moasi Yakubu Iyolade. This piece is one, again, I know it took 6 months to do this. And this is what I call one of my mother paintings. Okay, so you see how intricate it is, all these patterns, and even the way the body is made up. And I've been able to take little pieces, and this is part of that fractal that we're talking about, and that self-similarity, and that I think my taking, duplicating, stretching, condensing, all of that, they come up with so many other patterns. And if you can look around, that I've used that to create like backgrounds on, well, all of the pieces actually. It's just one comes to another, comes another. In fact, that's what I was doing last night and this morning before I came over here, creating some new works, some new patterns for this, these fabrics and whatnot that I'm creating. In fact, the jacket I'm wearing is all part of what I'm doing with that. So again, for me, it's just endless, endless, endless. That's part of, again, doing the artist talk, artist conversation, what we were talking about when I'm listening. And then this is what he's doing, and that relates to this. Oh, okay.
Well, when do you know the end of a piece like this? Because I know as a writer, we can write and rewrite and edit. And this piece looking so complicated as it is, when did it say to you, okay, that's enough, I've done enough on this one, it's time to go to the next one? How do you know when they end a piece?
This is, I just know. Because, so even if you just sort of know, if I do another thing, it's gonna be too much, or make that delicate balance that I wasn't striving for. But that's an intuitive part. That's it. That's enough. Because again, as you say, you can put too much of a thing. When I'm doing, there's always a point where everything looks like a mess. And then at some time, one stroke, one this, one that, and it pulls everything together almost magically. And so you know, okay, here it is. That's it. Time to put your name on it, okay? And call it a day. Yeah.
Good. Atlanta hasn't been known per se as an art city, but how would you think its appreciation is for the artist like yourself that does this kind of work or similar work or something? Is there a great appreciation in Atlanta for art?
I'll say it's getting better. Okay. I live here. I started here, but I made my name, I guess you can say, during the Olympics here when I had the opportunity to create the mural for the Centennial Games, 80 feet by 28 feet piece. But even with that, there didn't seem to be an appreciation of what artists do in particular. Well, in general, much less in a particular artist. So what I had to do was go out, and that's sort of really where I made my name internationally, because and through the Olympics, exhibited my work in China and Australia, in London, all over. I've been to actually like 8 Olympic Games, part of 8 games. My work has been exhibited there, and also 2 of those pieces are in the Smithsonian National Museum, African American History and Culture in Washington. So after I was blessed to achieve these things, that's, for me here in Atlanta, it's become an easier road, shall we say. And so as part of that, I'm trying to work with other artists, especially young artists, to sort of pass on the knowledge that I've accumulated over these short years, as you say, to help them not have to struggle, shall we say, as much as, and it gives them direction.
Is that through your foundation?
That's through my foundation, the Steve R. Allen Foundation. Again, we have a program. The main program is called The Art of Seeing. What do you see? And so I've been blessed to be able to do that in Africa, in Congo in particular, in Brazil. In fact, that's why I'm wearing this shirt. This is from the exhibition we had last year that opened on Emancipation Day there. And so the goal is to be able to have artists, young artists, from here go there, from there come here, to expose each other to each other. And in fact, as part of what I was mentioning about well, I'm doing a new thing with fabric and clothing and all this type of stuff, that will be used, a major part of the proceeds will be used to fund the foundation. In fact, today, I just realized how important it is to be able to provide supplies for young artists. I just dropped a package off today with a young lady who was working here. And I hadn't thought about it, even though I know how expensive materials are. They can really be expensive. You get the good stuff, and that's what you want to get. But that's all working together. My being blessed to speak with you, to expose more of the work here, to be able for me to work with young folks and to get them more, not so much my being able to teach you some techniques, but to get, for you to understand how unique your gift is, and to really just to be comfortable with who you are, and then when you do that, that your voice, your particular individual voice will present itself in your work. So
when will the clothing line be out? I mean, fashion has always been called wearable art, and you're going to do, that's going to be happening with your art. And so what kind of pieces are you going to have?
All right. What we're doing, we've been concentrating on making sure that the website is right, and it's up now. We haven't really had a hard launch, but you can go to steverallengallery.com and see some of the items that we have, such as the jacket I'm wearing, or I've created T-shirts and dresses for young ladies and not so young ladies, and I'm only limited by my imagination there as well. In fact, we put in the artwork on sneakers and all this type of thing. Sneakers, clocks, wallpaper, everything. So we had to stop because I thought I'd have about 20 products to start. I'm already up at about 300 right now. And I just had to stop. We just had to stop. They want to inundate people so much. But I'm really looking forward to doing a hard launch, with the advertising that surrounds it. And I want to be able to offer some opportunities with young folks, even with that, with the fabrics and all this type of thing, to do what comes to mind with that. So I have a lot of it with my artwork, specific paintings and things on it. But then I've also created, again, a line of fabrics, patterns on top of patterns, that type of thing, so that you're, again, only limited by your imagination and how the different types of fabrics that we're going to be doing, all that type of stuff. It's just big. I'm even at this ripe young age, my imagination is very fertile and expansive.
Good. Well, thank you for taking the time out to come back by the gallery and talk with us.
Thank you so much for inviting me to come back. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right.